Mizzou, a lot of expectations this season. There are pressure on a lot of you guys. How have you kind of embraced that role in the offseason and in fall camp this year of kind of trying to bring this group together?
For me, I always look at it as just staying together in adversities more so than anything, just because that's where you get to know like who's who in the face of adversity, like who would step up in the midst of adversity, who would do this and do that in the games or whatnot. So you build those bonds there, and on top of that, just me being that person to be able to be an older guy in my group specifically. Um, it's a lot of jokes. it's definitely a lot of jokes here and there, but I'm just trying to embrace my role as the best the way I can. Just give away knowledge as much as I can.
Would you say that expectations can become adversity?
Oh yeah, most definitely. Just trying not to, just try to block out the noise more so than anything. Social media is everywhere. It's kind of hard to miss. It's kind of hard to dodge it. So just try to tell everybody just be present and be where their feet are.
Kristian, we seem to have heard Marquise Graciol's name a little bit here in the last couple of weeks. How's he different than the guy you saw maybe this time a year ago?
My God. He's definitely matured in a lot of ways as you can imagine. He's more bought into the program. He's more bought into the standard. And he just cares about winning. And that's the biggest thing about him more than anything. And you can also see it with him just being more vocal in the group, asking more questions than he ever had, just asking more questions to me than he's ever had. He's just learning and just trying to be a sponge, whatever the case may be.
As far as his game and technique, I mean, he came in pretty big for a freshman, but beyond just having the size, what do you have to learn those first couple years before you can play at this level?
That the game is way quicker than you thought it would be in high school. It's much bigger, faster, stronger opponents, and it's not more about the physical standpoint of it, but more so about the mental standpoint, what it takes throughout the week-to-week basis on how to prepare for these different teams that we're going against, and just more about the physical piece of more than anything.
Kristian, you have a host of new faces, including Kristian Qualtman and others on the interior of that defensive line. What sort of a progression did you see from those guys specifically since, say, the beginning of fall camp through now, just over the last couple of weeks entering the season?
Just being more vocal, like I was just saying before, just getting more comfortable in their own skin, and just finding their identity and finding their role as a player on this team. And that's probably the biggest thing as far as just the trajectory and their standard of coming in and to now. And you see a lot going on a day-to-day basis with them just being here. And I'm the oldest one out of the group, so I get to have a different perspective on it as well. So just seeing them mature more, just being more comfortable within the program.
Kristian, when you look back on those couple of days before the Cotton Bowl last year, what do you remember about that Wilderness Brotherhood message that came out of that team chapel session, and then Coach Drink talking about it right before the game?
2 words: blue bloods, blue bloods, blue bloods. That's probably my biggest takeaway from it. I mean, I feel like it resonated with what we was going through and how we have a chip on our shoulder at all times, and just blocking out the noise and then just going out there and executing what we came out there to do. So at the time, it was a perfect message for us, and I feel like it got to the team perfectly as well.
It's easy to have a chip on your shoulder when maybe everybody outside, thought the way they did of you going into last year. How do you maintain that when there's a lot fewer people probably that are actually casting that doubt your way?
It's always something to add fuel to the fire. And as a Mizzou Tiger, that's what we always look for, just something to add more fuel to the fire. And then on top of that, just being present, staying where your feet are, knowing that what we did last year is just the beginning and that's the past, and we're looking forward to what's next to bring out this year Tigers. So just trying to be present at all times.
What have you seen from some of the young guys like Sam Williams and Justin Botford? What are they looking like in fall camp?
Maturing, them being more vocal, making more plays, and I'm excited for them, very excited for them, just because I can see the growth there from the time they came in to the time now. Just more growth and more plays being made, and them as a person, just being able to navigate through their emotions and just things like that, and building that elite edge with them.
Kristian, you talk about the standard and that set in this program. What exactly does that look like, and how was it established?
Something to prove. Everybody that comes in the building knows, and they cherish it, and they embrace their role as a player. And it's no I and team. It's more of a we versus we mindset. So everybody comes in selflessly and not wanting to bring any negative energy or things like that. Not trying to bring more people down, but also just bring them up. I feel like those are the type of things that enhance our standard and keep us going.
How was that different from previous years?
I feel like now that you got new faces and you have more freshmen that comes in, the game is always changing, it's always evolving. You got more guys that are much more talented than ever, much more mature than ever. So you got a lot of alphas in one building, so you got everybody just trying to buy in and be on one page and stuff. So my biggest takeaway from the years previous and now is that you got more people that are more bought into the program and being selfless and giving it all to the standard more so than what they got going on by themselves.
Coach said going into camp, he wanted to give you guys more reps and make camp harder than it's been before. Did you notice a difference?
Did I? No, it was a big difference as far as just like the rep counts, and you got more team periods, you got more practices with pads and stuff. It's been a big difference in that end. I've been in college for a while now, so of course I got a different perspective on it. But if anything, I feel like that plays a big role into the season, going deep into the season. It's a longer season at that, so I feel like it'll translate properly.
Chuck was talking about having the in-helmet communication now. How much experience did the defense as a whole get with that during fall camp, and where do you feel like the group is at with kind of adjusting to getting the call in from Chuck?
Gotcha. It's been kind of difficult, but at the end of the day, you got to evolve with the game. Just being able to look at the sideline. I still look at the sideline from time to time. It's just, you never know. Like, anything can go wrong with comms and stuff, so you just got to be prepared and stay ready, so you have to get ready. So with us going into doing all these different scenarios and situations with the comms and whatnot, you just be prepared when it comes down to it. But in my opinion, I feel like that's a much easier way to get the call correctly, because you never know about the signals and stuff like that, and people may not see the call or the back end may not get the call. But the fact that you got somebody inside of the field that's actually verbalizing it to everybody is much more easier.